up, Rainatera? We just finished week 1, and a couple things I want to talk about. I'm not going to do a full recap or anything like that, although I did see that Worsley Brady got beat by exactly 0.1 points by the Top Gun Ballers, which is gotta be, doesn't get much closer than that. I'd be pulling my hair out if I was Tom Brady right now. So anyway, a lot of waiver action, a lot of injuries, a lot of shit to talk about. The free agent budget, how you guys liking that so far? Personally, I like it. Reason being, if you had a high waiver claim with the old system, you wouldn't be able to pick up, like say, a defense to stream or a kicker, because you wouldn't want to waste a waiver. So you have to stay up till 4 in the morning and then pick someone up when they clear. With the free agent budget, you can actually bid $0, and if no one else bids on that player or defensive team, you can get them. And I really like that. And I also think you can get who you want for this value. We've already seen some big bids come up this week. We saw $45 for Hogan before the season even started. We saw $41 for Galloway. I bid $26 myself on Cohen. You know, these seem like big bids, and I don't know if it's right or wrong, but if you feel like you value that player, go for it. Especially week 1 and week 2 when you see so much juicy action on the waivers. You might not see that for the rest of the year, barring some major injuries or something like that. So I say go for it, but at the same time, remember, there's about 15 weeks if you make the playoffs left, and you got a budget for that too. So even if you're picking up one player for $2 every week, that's going to add up. So be careful. In terms of free agent budget, I like that system. I also like the auction system. I'm in another league. We had our first auction draft this year. It was a lot of fun. I got the players that I felt like I wanted, and you're not at the mercy of having, you know, a high pick to get the players you wanted. I got David Johnson, unfortunately, as did the Dingleberries. That sucks, by the way, losing David Johnson and Allen Robinson. And then before the season even started, we saw Raging Ray Rice lose Edelman, which really hurt his wide receiver core. He's only got Antonio Brown and a bunch of nobodies. And then TK lost Spencer Ware. So that also sucks. Injuries are brutal. So that's why the free agent budget is going to allow you to pick up who you need to pick up. Now, before you guys start whining about the 5 bench spots, like I hear every year, let me put it to you like this. You can either have dry waivers and a lot of bench spots, or a few bench spots and interesting time on the waivers. You can't have both. In a 14-team league, you just can't. Because think about it. If I gave you guys all an extra bench spot, then pick the best 14 players or lottery tickets on waivers right now, and they're gone. What this forces you to do is it forces you to play strategically. If you really want a player that's going to break out, then you got to think about it. You got to do your research and figure out how much of your free agent budget you want to spend on them. Having less bench spots forces these kind of decisions, as opposed to having it be really lucky, where you just pick like 5 lottery tickets, put them on your bench, and then hope, you know, the starting running back for Green Bay or something goes down. Next week I'll be doing power rankings, but until then, I think, looking at the teams, just eyeballing it, I think Peekaboo Crew and Rampagers, I think they're the 2 best teams right now. And I say that because not only are their starters pretty good, but they have a lot of depth. And when it comes to fantasy injuries like this, that's what it comes down to. You got to have replacements. And I want to see some trading, man. I see some teams with really good wide receivers and limited running backs. And then I see teams with multiple running backs. And yeah, I know, in Rainatera, you only get 2 running backs. So why don't you trade the other one instead of complaining about it? David Johnson is a running back who's on waivers right now. Dingleberry's pretty much forced to do that. Feel bad about that, but Yahoo, until Yahoo makes its only IR players can go on IR, it's going to stay like that. And the IR slot can't be used by people who are out. Like I could have used it for Rawls last week if I wanted to, the way Yahoo is up. So I eliminated the IR spot for the season this year. So I'd be interested to see who picks up David Johnson. I mean, if he's going to come back in December, like they predict, could be later than that. Who knows? You know, is it worth taking a chance to have a tier 1 running back on your team when the playoffs hit? So that's pretty much it for week 1. And don't panic, guys. I know a lot of the best players didn't score a lot of points this week. In the next couple weeks, I want to start doing some interviews. Let me know if you want to do an interview. I already had some interest from the Asian kicker. And also be doing power rankings by the end of week 2. So it should be fun.